We never know who we're going to become when we are born and we come into the world, but we do know that we want to find self-ownership, that we want to accept ourselves, that we want to understand that we have value, that we have worth, and that we can create a life that gives us meaning. And even we might think that we want to leave a legacy because we know that if we can do that, that we've lived a life that was worth living, basically. And sometimes we don't do that because we won't take the steps to own ourselves or discover who we are. And that can be really uncomfortable. And I know that one real well. Because, see, we're each meant to be unique. And being unique means that you're going to do something that no other human has done because no other human was ever born to do what you will do. But sometimes you can become first, and that can make it even more challenging. History shows us where people will discover something and others do not believe them because they haven't seen it before, and it's difficult for them to take that jump to understand what they could achieve if they were to accept the new information. But we have a bias against the unknown. We've been taught to fear it, and feared it myself. But then, because I went through so much fear most of my life, and now I'll be 75, and then I discover that what 36 years of being in pain and being fearful and being feeling out of place, feeling different, feeling all the things that most people go through, what it did was it gave me a new philosophy. And it's something that's never happened before because I'm the first person to ever do this. I downloaded information because that's how we evolve is through information that we all can kind of understand. But I accessed it in the in this consciousness through the quantum field, which I could never have believed or understood. We don't know what we're going to discover until we start doing it. But we're each meant to do something that's going to bring value to our world. And this came through at the time when our world needed it because this philosophy, which it was new, said everyone has something to bring to the world to offer. And the more of us who can remember that, we create our lives in the way that we want them to be. And we will then have a world we all want to see. And I was given all of that information. But I had to live it. I had to know that it worked because I've healed. I can't get you to believe it though. And that's been my greatest difficulty because I've always cared about people so much and I see people struggling trying to figure out who they are. And I said, wait a minute, I've done that my entire life. You don't have to anymore. But again, it's that shadow work. It's looking at ourselves. And that's what all of this work did. That's what I did all this time. That's why I healed. And now you'll see a document that will explain it because it's never been done in history. So I understand it was difficult for many people to understand it. It was difficult for me to accept it. But now I must because I really care about people in the world and this work will make a difference. But I wanted to give you this so you will understand why I'm changing and why I have to finish this and why I know what you can achieve. That's what you'll see on my website now. I'll see you soon.